right. Hello, guys. Good evening. I had to come back and say this. I'll be going to bed like real early. My sleep cycle be switching back and forth. So I need to get all of this stuff out. Um, you know, I'm going to tell y'all how to spot a scammer. One of the things that scammers do quite often, and I think that they want us to believe that when they say the things that they say, that we're supposed to believe that a house of enemies or a babalao, or somebody that is a high priestess in Ifa, they want us to believe that these people are sending them as agents. And it's total hogwash. It's total hogwash. Scammers, aka gang stalkers, aka the lost and confused, are constantly going around crying about somebody being initiated. And they're always all over the place with it. I'm an ordained minister of Christ, and then I'm a Reiki master, and but I had to be initiated. Oh my God. It's starting to really get annoying, guys. Listen, even if it were, first of all, there's no Ifa or Santeria high priestess that is crying about somebody starting their company. They don't come out and try to discredit others. Those are closed religions, and they are typically established. None of them have to harass High Priestess Jamila. None of them. And none of them would. They they mainly do it to black people. Have y'all noticed that this is the way that they try to attack blacks? And I'm sorry, if you got it, you got it. And they are factually scam artists. You have every right, as any race, not just black, you have every right to put your stuff out there and to market yourself as a solitary practitioner of whatever religion or spiritual belief. Right, right. You have exactly. You have every right to come out as an eclectic witch. Do I believe that a house of people in Santeria decided, hey, I'm going to try to discredit High Priestess Jamila? No, I don't. They just would have no reason to do that. They're not doing smear campaigns. I don't believe that. They're not, they don't have time to run around flagging channels. Do I believe that they are hiring these people as agents? No, I don't. I don't believe that. I don't believe that they would have to do that. Y'all got to understand that this world is filled with people. The amount of people seeking spiritual work, these people that are really established in Santeria have no reason to be trying to discredit Jamila or try to take my shine. They got plenty of shine. And we see certain people out in social media constantly. First of all, I am black. I am a black woman. I don't ever have to be initiated into shit. I don't have to be initiated to work with the Orishas. I'm black. So and why do they continuously play those stupid ass games with black people? Man, I swear to God. And I'm just so sick of it, bro. Like, it's annoying to me. And I'm an eclectic witch. I'm pagan. I am pagan. I'm not with any religion. You know what I'm saying? You know, in fact, I'm very eclectic. Some of the stuff that I do, I draw inspiration from a lot of different places. I will use runes, Norse runes. I will use China, Japanese, I'm and they keep coming at us with this stuff, and they're very disgusting because of the things that they say about us, and the way that they regard us. You know what I'm saying? It just is really disrespectful. Yeah, man. I was looking at a video of this one girl, this one lady that's totally full of crap. You can tell by looking in her eyes that she's full of crap. And, you know, I'm going to tell you something, these people have done the fool. It ain't nothing that I can't recover from. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to my website, I let my website stand alone. I am going back to Etsy so that I can broaden my scope, broaden broaden things up. You know what I'm saying? I don't depend on YouTube for that, but it's not fair that I have to come to YouTube and deal with these scammers, man. They are literally frauds. There is nobody in Santeria that has anything against me whatsoever. In fact, I've done work for Santeria high priestesses before. I've done work for them before. We pretty much when we pretty much support one another. This bull crap that y'all seeing with these people, if you ever hear somebody, coming out and they're, oh, well, have they been initiated? And they just saying something because they want to scam people or either to hinder people. They may have had a business that totally failed completely to the point where, you like, and it ain't about business. My money resources come from more than just my business. I could get money out of the blue anytime. So it's so weird, like what they do. Now, for me, it's about the spiritual work. When I know somebody hurting out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm a natural healer and I want to heal people. Um, but other than that, there's so many, I have so many other resources, you know what I'm saying? And these people, they assume that if they come out and they do a smear campaign against you, that that's going to automatically mean you're going to be kicked out of your house. I mean, these people have contacted my landlord before, um, and they're not in Santeria, or if they're not, this is not even the conscious community doing that. These are run of the mill, low hanging fruits, straight up and down. Like, people, eh, you know it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I don't just put on a witch's hat and come online. It's a lifestyle. The same workings that I would do for y'all, I do for myself. And I ain't never worried about being homeless. Like, if you're a renter and you're worried about being homeless, more than likely you must be living with somebody. Renters have so many different options. Like, it's so many different options, even with people that are getting ready to, even if you're buying a home and you're going through foreclosure, you know what I'm saying? You have so many different options, and these people, Clearly it's so weird, so it's and they try to create this negative energy around a person. uh, you know it's so weird. There's so like nobody is obsessed with whether or not somebody pays their rent except for somebody that doesn't have their own house. These people don't even have their own house. And they're not going to obtain it like that. They're not. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Let's say I couldn't pay my rent, which my rent, there's not ever been 1 month of my rent that has not been paid. But let's say I couldn't pay my rent. You know, do y'all know that there are people that I can call? There's family that I can call that would pay my rent. There's clients that would pay my rent. If I were left without any resources, there's and I couldn't pay my rent, you could file bankruptcy. You can file bankruptcy as often as you want. So the stuff that they do is a waste of time and energy. It's totally a waste of time and energy. Uh, you know, and it's so stupid, man. Yeah, one EQ is a definitely a client turned apprentice. You know what I'm saying? It just is crazy, and I get so sick of it. I really do, having to come to YouTube and see it. And it's not nobody authentic that is doing this stuff. These are people that are jealous of my house. And it's so stupid. If I were getting, let me tell you something. And this probably is going to shut them down. Now let's say that my rent ain't been paid in 3 or 4 months or some bullshit like that. You realize that if my landlord filed eviction, I could go right and file a bankruptcy if I were doing that bad. If things were that bad, which I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. It's pretty bad. You can tell because they, either they stand with somebody that's having problems or either they having problems. And I can tell you that trying to steal people's shit, trying to fucking discredit people is not gonna fucking help you. And they project a lot. They do, man. Instead of handling their damn business. If a client was to contact me, you know, and say, Jamila, I'm being evicted, I would say file bankruptcy is what I would tell them. And that will put an automatic stay in place and it'll give you time to pay your rent. These are practical things that you can do so you can sit back and relax. These people, what they're doing, I have no idea. Like, honestly, there's so many different options. Homelessness, if you found yourself homeless because you couldn't pay your rent or you had a hard time, which a lot of people did, a lot of people have dealt with that. I would tell you to file bankruptcy. And it ain't a damn thing wrong with it. That's what responsible adults do. They don't go around screaming and crying and talking about somebody's eating booty and eating shit and shit poop and poop. Like, who the fuck does that, man? Like, for real, bro. And you get your shit back up is what you do. Why would you go throughout social, like, It's so stupid. Right. When I moved into this house March of 2020, it was literally a shitstorm. And I don't really even fucking know why. The shit is stupid. Like, what the fuck are you doing? The day I ever be homeless, they house gonna burn down. That's all I know. But it ain't gonna never happen. And if you found yourself in a position to where somebody was spiritually attacking you and you found yourself being set outside by the sheriff, you realize that that is nothing but possession and deception because you could have prevented that from happening. Yeah, they be talking about poop and eating shitty. Who the fuck? Like, if these people showered, all they talk about is stinky booties. It's like they don't have bathtub, a hot running water. Everything has to be stank and funk and poop. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Kinsley's mommy, everybody, when they're going through something, can't always be clear and make clear and conscious decisions. Everybody can't do that, especially when they're under spiritual attack. And that's why when you see me with my safe light on, you can see me and you can come to me and I give you clarity. Because people like that, they just do all kind of stuff and they just do and go and go and go. And it's very hard for y'all. Like, there are times when I will, be stern with y'all and say, hey, listen, buck up. Everything's going to be okay. But, for people to just spaz out the way that they do, it is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but this whole thing with trying to tell black people they need to be initiated or telling anybody that they need to be initiated, people can do what they want to do. Who the hell are you, a scam artist? You are a scam artist to the Reiki person that's trying to tell me that I gotta. I think she talking to old girl because I don't even really, the Orishas is more like it's more like a foundational type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that, they kind of work in the shadows for me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the Orishas, like I don't, it's a real personal relationship that I don't even really discuss a lot because for real, they keep me so grounded to where, I don't even have to, you know what I'm saying? I'll give them their praises and, have their days where I make my offerings to them or whatever. But it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? And people have their own traditions, the way that they do things. I have my own way. And what kind of person are you to where you can't just respect that and move on? Everybody got their own way of doing things. So, and what I do definitely works. Y'all better believe that I'm never worried about anything. They worried. For some reason, they got worry lines on their face, and I've got to come out and attack you and say this and that about you. And, well, that ain't it anyway. That's just not hitting on nothing. I don't understand why they continuously and why do they always attack black people? What is the point? And what is up with all this damn racism, man? I don't even contend with that. I'm multicultural. I respect all cultures, and there's no real, like, I will tell you that there are a lot of black people that do gatekeep. And I think that they have the right to do that. They have the absolute right to do that. They do. If that's what they want to do, who am I to go and confront them about what is going on with people? Right. Right. Exactly. Like that irritates me. They always say that, in the what does that say, that says failure? That says failure is what it says. And part of the reason why you're failing so badly, well, first of all, um, if you start in drama all day and night, I doubt your connection with a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? They start the drama. They're constantly harassing people. Yeah, man, it's annoying though. Like, they always trying to come up with something, and what it says is that you're out here scamming people. Spirit recognized it, and you ain't getting nothing out of the spiritual community. That's what it says to me when they get to talking like that. And they will try to poise themselves, and the way they try to act and do all this stuff. But clearly, if you have a problem with High Priestess Jamila, I'm an eclectic pagan witch. I practice traditional witchcraft. For you to be tripping with me, obviously you asking me for help. Obviously you need something. You know what I'm saying? And then for you to just sit up there and try to be fake, you know what I'm saying? We can see through all of that fakeness. And they don't represent, what that stuff is about. So, you have the right to practice how you see fit. Now, I will tell you that if you are not African American, or either like Caribbean, or maybe Afro Latino, or whatever it is, I would say for you to seek guidance, but that ain't it. And everybody knows that that ain't it. And um it's just the way that they regard, you know um just the craft within itself. Those religions are not really even based in spells. They do rituals, yeah, but spell work and stuff, that those are religions that people grew up in. So you either can do or not do witchcraft and magic. You don't necessarily have to practice witchcraft in those religions. Santeria is a religion. Ifa is a religion. Those are religions. And they always picking on the black people. And it's like, well, my God, it's like, eh, you know, we're not hurting them by doing what we're doing. I get rave reviews by my clients. Um, I don't have that problem. Right. Those religions are not, they do rituals and stuff, but you don't necessarily have to be a witch or a bruja to be in Santeria. And, you know, it's, you know, I have never, ever, ever had one client come to me and ask me if I've been initiated. That to me would disrupt the entire process. That's a disruption. It's more disruptive behavior that they do. That's all it is a disruption. And it's none of their freaking business. That's the problem, is that they nosy. Right. And do they not understand that we, I mean, what I really don't understand why it's still even going on. You know, especially for me. And I think it's more of a sexual obsession. I think that these people hide behind those religions because and for me, but you know, when people are doing that, it's usually because they're hating on you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a disruptive type of situation that they're trying to create. And I think that if you are working with someone that, like, seriously, their stuff is working with you and y'all are vibing together, I think that you shouldn't listen to people like that, because that's going to automatically put ideas in your head that are unhealthy. And then all of a sudden things will start falling apart. And it's usually because you start listening to somebody else. Stuff will be fine, and then you start listening to that crap, and you know, they start putting doubt in your head. And you know, that's not our fault. I don't never claim these titles, Baba and Mambo and I don't claim those stuff. I always say I am just a high priestess witch. Yeah, but it just is so silly and stupid. And I feel that it's dangerous. I do. And, you know, I feel like people that do stuff like that, because it's almost like, so let's say they do that. Let's say that they just in general put up a video and they having, I'm sorry, having a certificate of being an ordained minister does not give you the clout or the authority to make judgments like that. You got to understand that there is an extreme hierarchy when it really is, when it comes to the spiritual community. There's a hierarchy. And so let's say that you're saying that to people and you're targeting a specific person. So you're basically saying, hey, I want to take on the karma of whatever it is that I'm going to stop, because their goal is to stop. Their goal is to hinder. Their goal is to block, is their goal. And they're taking all of that karma. And what they do is they try to send it to other people, but they're getting that karma. You should never do that. You don't know who a person is. You don't know who a person is. You don't know what their ranking is. You don't know what that is. You really don't. And it's not up to you to judge. You are not an expert. And so, you know, they really don't know. They really don't know what it is that they doing. And what they're going to get is a bunch of negative karma. You know, like for example, this person that's stalking me, probably from like 2015 to 2017. I didn't say nothing about her. I didn't say she was a scam, or I didn't say nothing about her, right? I didn't start saying that until she continuously kept harassing me after years and years and years. You are a fraud and a scammer. You are. I can say that because I'm also speaking the truth. That is a fact that you're a liar. Yeah. And man, I'm going to tell y'all something. Some of y'all, even y'all children are important. You know, those people have no good sense. The only time I say anything about any of these spiritual, so called spiritual people on here is when they are messing with me. Otherwise, have y'all noticed that I ain't beef with no other spiritualists on here? And I've had some of them bring up my name. I don't have no, it's the same people. It'd be different if it was, and so they bring other people involved with it and they try to make it seem like, oh, here's another person. No, that person is following you. You're the same person that's been doing the same thing. Otherwise, I don't beef with nobody else. So their argument might be valid if I was beefing with every person in the spiritual community, but I'm not. Hey, Black Karma. So, I mean, and why they're so disrespectful to Black women, you know, especially us Black women that have textured hair. I mean, goodness gracious, you know, and it's so crazy. It really is. It's crazy. So, you know, if you are out there and you want to do work for other people, I would say that you should really, 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 because y'all gotta understand when I first started my company, I had housing help. I did. So I had some leg room. Okay. Before I moved into this house, I had some leg room and some room to grow. I had you know, the experience that I was having, it allowed me to essentially self teach myself, and I had that backup. You know what I'm saying? But if you out there and you got a job, or either you running a business, and you know, you got to learn from the people that done survive that, that done surpass that, because they are out there. They are out there. And you know, for some reason they will try to force associations with you. I'm not going to be forced to be associated with people that I don't have to be associated with. Those people have no authority, and they crazy enough to want some kind of authority. Nobody has the right to try to tell you what to do with your magic and your energy. And I don't care what race you are. They want control over your energy, is what they want. And they're trying to create these strongholds that are much, much worse than if you were to be, you know, if you were to completely go back to the church. I mean, the strongholds that they're trying to create. And it ain't supposed to be like that. So, we're working on that on because and it's sad to see that in the spiritual community. And sadly, it ain't just me. It's not. This is happening a lot. The constant harassment. I just really don't understand where you think that that's right. And then they start these wars with people, but they don't know how to finish it. And the only way you can finish that war is by saying, hey, I was disrespectful. I apologize. Why can't these people do that? What's the problem? You do owe witches an apology for the foul way that you have behaved. And high priestess is not just for religions. You can be a pagan high priestess. You can be a Wiccan high priestess. It just it's terrible. So, I wanted to say to that young lady, and I got to get up out of here because I'm about to eat me. I've been craving this well, of course, imitation crab dip, and so um I'm about to get out of here and eat something. Um but you can't keep messing with people like that. You got to leave people the hell alone. No, they're crazy. They are literally sacrifices, Kinsley's mommy. They're sacrifices. They're like headless horsemen or some shit. It's just no way I would dare do that. And I watch a lot of the witches on here. What they doing is they fucking business. So none of y'all have to be initiated. Now, I will tell you that, I believe that again, people can set their rules or whatever they want to say to people. I think that is mainly because they want to try to start teaching people. They want apprentices, basically, is what they want. But their behavior is not conducive of somebody that, and then they want to, I'm talking about their behavior towards other people. Just the way that they regard other people to where, and nobody's going to want to work with you because you dirty. You're trying to trespass on people. You're trying to, you don't even, how can you, honestly, I could literally destroy their businesses by going live for 8 hours a day. I could, if they had a business, all Jamila would have to do is go live all day, and I could destroy their life. I could literally come on here and stay live all day, and they would not be able to focus. You can't even focus on what you're trying to do, on what you're supposed to be doing. I can easily distract you just all day long, and they have to watch. And whereas you can ignore them for months and months and months, and then finally when they get some kind of response out of you, now they get delusional. And there should be no, it doesn't even sound, it sounds like just trashy argument. If two witches don't agree about something, then they can settle it like women. Not all of the disgusting, like, are you freaking kidding me? I could literally cam up and do a body shot and it would literally destroy them for the rest of the weekend. That, I mean, so there's this specific group of people that are running around here, and they pretty much have already tried me and locked, because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I I ain't giving a damn about whether or not it, whatever kind of coven you got. I stand with my staff in my hand, and I am righteous because I'm not bothering you. And ain't nothing gonna happen that I don't want to happen. And that is a promise. Okay. So why would, they want groups to intimidate people? When is the last time any of you solitary witches were actually intimidated? If you were a practitioner, literally, I've been practicing I started when I was 27. I've been practicing for almost 20 years. Why did they think that a solitary is gonna, is gonna be intimidated by them? Hello, SC. How you doing? Yeah, that's just weird. And why won't they just go away? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. They cannot, like right now, I have 3 apprentices already lined up. I don't need to come out in social media and diss somebody for those 3 apprentices to sign up. I didn't need to do that. That's already done. That's already done, right? I never needed to do that. And when I think back about it, I let one of them know where my channel was, which I shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? But I think everything happens for a reason sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I started practicing when I was 27 was when I started practicing, okay, initially. And I've always practiced old-fashioned witchcraft. That's where my heart is. You know what I'm saying? I would never ever go and get initiated for what? What are they going to teach me that I already don't know? I'm sorry yeah. Did I say that right? What are they going to teach me that I don't already know? Is what I meant to say. So you have to have a license to practice witchcraft? These people are so bizarre, bro. So now you don't have to have a license to practice witchcraft. But I do think that it's things that you obviously shouldn't be doing what they're doing. No, don't do that. In fact, everything that you see them doing, don't. Okay. But I think it's hogwash, and I think all of y'all should know y'all spiritual rights. You can work with whoever you want to work with. They can't make you feel bad. Okay. If you feel comfortable working with High Priestess Jamila and you feel comforted by my energy and you feel good about the work that we're doing together, who are they to try to make you question that? That just doesn't even make sense to me. So I wanted to let y'all know that real quick. Okay. Do not be into, because they're trying to purposely be intimidating. And then especially when it comes to black people, I mean, okay, I was raised very sheltered. Okay, I was very sheltered. I was not for the streets. I was always kept at home. But that doesn't mean that, that I can be intimidated. So they act like they acting like you gotta be made for the streets and a thug and a gangster. Like when in the hell? That's ridiculous. And they will purposely try to grind up your gears so that you'll attack them. They're purposely looking for attention, but I just think that they're frauds. I think that that's what scammers say, to you. Am I going to sit up here? Okay, that would be just like me saying, you can't practice witchcraft without being an apprentice with me. That's the same, basically the same thing equivalent. Oh, thank you, goddess. That's the same thing equivalent. Basically, is what they're saying. You can't practice unless unless you pay me, and of course, they have a bunch of fees for that, and it's bullshit. You can do whatever you want to do, and whenever they do that, whenever they put that pressure on you, you're not sensing their spirits. You're sensing your body and your spirit is picking up on their desperation. They're very desperate. They're so desperate that their energy is very heavy. It's very heavy. Okay. And that's why they come on so strong. But it's no spirit, it's no magic. You're sensing their desperation, which is why they target empaths. They target empaths a lot, is what they do. So empaths are their favorite because they kind of look at the empaths as their puppets or something, which is pretty disgusting because empaths will fuck somebody up. Okay, empaths are not meant to be pushovers. They are not meant to carry people's burdens. That's not what empaths is. Empaths have a very, very powerful gift. Very powerful gift that you have as an empath. Okay, y'all are not weak at all, but they want you to feel that way. Because why would somebody that practices Santeria be supposedly like why would somebody that is practicing a whole other system or religion be interested in me at all? Why would they be interested in High Priestess Jamila? Because I'm an empath, I attract a lot of empaths. And I believe that because they're so disingenuous, that they want to put a lot of, like a high pressure salesman. I don't do high pressure sales. That's what they are, literally, is high pressure salesmen. They're trying to look at it as though you're a salesperson. That's why I've had a couple of people the past 3 months, y'all, and I'm gonna get out of here. I've had a couple of people come to me and ask me for my qualifications, and I just started laughing. My qualifications. That's so hilarious. Okay. Nah, we're not gonna do that. I've had people say that to me, and that's not how my spirits work. It's never worked that way. Okay. But I think that it has a lot to do with I personally feel that a lot of them that do that. And then here's another thing. A lot of the real ones, because I've seen a lot of real people in Santeria, and if in some of the different spiritual systems. I've seen them out here, and you never hear them say that. You never hear them say that you have to be initiated. You never hear them say that. Not publicly. They may speak to you about being initiated when you talk to them, but they're not telling you that you have. So that's almost like saying you can't get protection, you know, unless you that's so false. And show me the ones that have said that. None of the real ones say that. Yeah, I know, but I think that it has a lot to do with social media, which is understandable. And then you got people in social media that are claiming that they are authentic witches, but they too worried about other people and what they're doing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, one of the reasons why I even respond to this, I'm gonna tell you why I even respond. The reason why I respond is because of the amount of scamming. These people put a lot of thought into what they do. They put a lot of thought into it. They write scripts. They are very good at manipulating people. And you don't have to be a manipulative person if you're an authentic witch to get clients. You don't have to be a manipulative person. Okay. And they've manipulated a lot of people. Okay. And a lot of those people are afraid to speak out. A lot of those people are afraid to speak out because and I think that when you know the truth, just protect the spiritual community, the heirlooms, protect it by not dealing with that. And I know that a lot of y'all be entertained by, a good witch drama is entertaining. But honestly, if you're not dealing with a real witch on both sides, because real witches are very wise. A real witch is gonna say, "Hey, I got things to do. I'm busy. I don't need to argue with you. I don't need to ever acknowledge you again. I don't need to do this with you." That's what an authentic witch is gonna do. They're not gonna be, constantly searching for this witch war to prove something. What is there to prove? Either you have the magic or you don't. And so all that stuff that they doing, all of that crap that they doing, the bottom line, the reason why you're talking about people, the reason why you're attacking people is because you want to steal those people's spiritual clients. And that already is where you miss the whole mark, because these people are not just money. They're not just dollar bills. These are real people that we're dealing with. They're not just numbers. These are real people with real feelings that they give us their trust. They trust us to do the right thing. So if you were authentic, which we know that that's what they're doing every day, some of them is doing it every single day, being insulting, nosy, stalking people, doing it every single day. And the reason why is because they want to get people in their feelings, and they want you to address them. They constantly want some kind of recognition so that they can attempt to take from somebody. These people are human beings. They're like I don't understand it. I'm not understanding why isn't spirit bringing you what you need if you are authentic. And especially as long as you've done the work, why do they constantly have to backbite? Because you shouldn't have to. You're a baby. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't trust them. I really wouldn't. And I've been warning people about that. And throughout the years, as I'm warning people, people are literally still getting scammed left and right. So I've been warning people for quite some time about this. Okay. So, anyway, y'all, I gotta go. It's 7 o'clock. I gotta go. This cat is demanding my attention. Little fat cat. What do you want? So I gotta go, y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Um, I'm not. I'm. You know what? I think that we all kind of get the gist of what's happening. Okay. And it's no need to go back and forth anymore. I'd say that after this go round, there's no need to go back and forth anymore. Okay. If you have a problem with High Priestess Jamila, try to light your candles. Do what you got to do. Quit saying stuff in social media. Okay. And here's another thing I want to tell you. The reason why they want to try to make some kind of contact with you is because they believe that if they have some kind of contact with you, that they can curse you. And I'm sorry, there are people out here that can curse and they ain't never got to say one word to you. So if you all that, then curse me. Why do you have to keep saying something? If you can curse me and get me put out of my home and get me thrown out or kill me with your magic, then just do it. What we arguing about it for? Saying the same crap over and over again. What we arguing for? That's what I would ask them. I would say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. Why do you have to keep saying this over and over again? Why do you keep coming with the same lie? Why do you keep doing the same smear campaign that's gotten you nowhere? If you can curse me and you can shut me down, then try it. They can't do it. They have to tell lies. They have to be deceptive. And they don't care. But I can tell you one thing that these spirits do care. Spirit cares about that. They do. They care about that. And there is a standard that is being set. It's been set. The standard has already been set. Already. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Y'all have a good evening. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay. All right. Good night.